What's going on, everybody? Jeff Holiday here, and today I'm shirtless. And if you want to know why I'm shirtless, you're gonna have to click the link in the description on my second channel. It's an inside joke from my stream. But you know what? I'm committed to the bit, so I'm gonna record this while topless. Who cares? So recently I got back from doing my final tour of motorcycle tours that I've been doing over the past summer. And so I'm back at it, and I'm ready to get back into a lot of really good work. But I did promise on the last roundup that I was going to watch a very special video. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to be watching a video all about the top 10 characters in disguise on the world stage by the artist formerly known as Hansarmhat. But before we do, I have a very, very important message. Now, on my channel, I like to habitually give you guys ideas for other YouTubers to subscribe to. I haven't done it enough this past year, but I'm fixing that now. Like the Debunk the Funk, fantastic channel. Well, this one came across my feed today, and this is Back to the Science. This is Suzanne Oliver. She's a scientist with a PhD in nanomedicine. So smart and knows what she's talking about. And I clicked on just this most recent video, Dr. John Campbell Contaminates Science with Breast Milk Misinformation. And I saw that she routinely tackles John Campbell, who is a noted anti-vaxxer, who has way too many subscribers and honestly shouldn't even be on YouTube. He is a menace, and he's an anti-science moron. But this woman is fantastic, and she very, very rigorously and methodically tears apart his misinformation. And I love her for it. So please, by all means, there's a link to this video that I specifically watched today that is fantastic. Go check her out. Give her a subscription because it's worth it. It's the kind of science content that I used to try and make back in the day that I have since then kind of drifted a little bit from. Not by choice, but the world just kind of took me in a weird direction. Anyway, let's get to the fun. Let's watch some Hansarmhat. And go subscribe to Back to the Science.
This is a top 10 video on the top 10 characters in disguise on the world stage.
Indeed.
And this is a really good topic. A lot of people wake up to how fake everything on the TV and in the media is through this topic in particular. It's one that a lot of people can see for the first time. Just the first conspiracy for a lot of people that really clicks. And
I don't think that that's true. I don't think that's true at all. If that was your gateway drug into conspiracy theories, was like, hey, I think one guy looks kind of like another guy. Like it's a pretty niche one, actually, honestly, these days.
I think it's almost self-evident when you consider the idea. Yeah, of course an actor would love to have these alter egos and get people to believe in the character. And of course an actor would want you to believe that their persona is like a real thing and not a character that they're putting on.
Why? Why? What? Why? I don't get it. Why would they want that? Why would anybody want that?
These people very often fake their death. It's a way for them to retire a character. And that's, of course, that Alex Jones is really Bill Hicks. And yeah, a lot of times these people, they'll have tragic deaths, but then they can just pop up later as a new character.
I have a feeling that a lot of this video is just going to be him telling on himself of like, Hansarmhat, all white people look the same. You know, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a bit ridiculous. There's a lot of problems with this conspiracy theory. These are the same year. I have some very serious doubts. Very, very serious doubts. One is 10 years older and is suffering from terminal cancer. The other is a bodybuilder. What are you fucking talking about?
Megyn Kelly
is great.
Definitely Nicole Simpson. Nicole Brown? What is it? Nicole Simpson?
Nicole Brown Simpson.
So that whole thing, the whole O.J. Simpson trial, yeah, that was a production. It was a made-for-TV movie, but it's just like, you know, in in high school and in college when people do the mock UN stuff. It's the same thing how, well, I think, what is it, C-SPAN? All of this stuff, they're all clowns, and none of it really is...
It's really interesting to, like, again, it's like, the white people all look the same, or something, I guess. But it's another case in this one. Nicole Brown Simpson was born 11 years before Megyn Kelly.
And, yeah, working on the ground, boots on the ground, no matter how small your town is, these creatures will be running around. People, you've grown up. Even if you don't know about this stuff, even if you learned about this stuff in your 20s or your 30s,
oh no,
you absolutely grew up around people who knew that this was part of the game.
Oh no,
of where we live. You absolutely grew up around people. Your local sheriff probably knows all this stuff. Just stuff like that. Anyways, next on the list, a big one. Who else was so confused about Osama and Obama and... As somebody who like barely paid attention to politics,
their names are similar. Can't be a coincidence.
Growing up, it was so weird to me. Osama, Obama. Why do they have the same name? It's the same person. It literally is the same person, and they have so much fun giving them the same name too. So yeah, Osama and Obama.
Oh man. Oh come on, play it, soundboard.
Obama.
There we go.
This next on the list, this whole charade, it was pretty clear that Ford was Brett Kavanaugh in drag. So
what?
Very similar to the.
Is he saying that the woman who accused Brett Kavanaugh was Brett Kavanaugh in well, not drag, but like cross-dressing? Like what? How would they do that? They're in the same room.
I just wanted to come back to this because I didn't specify it, but this is, did I? I don't think I did. Meatclaff? I don't know, but it's the lady from Roseanne. Definitely played was that the prosecution? I don't know.
They don't look anything alike.
Somebody in the O.J. Simpson trial, and this was interesting. Tina Fey pretending to be, anyways.
They don't look anything alike, Hans.
What's next on our list?
I think
Let's
he's just making that one up.
Judge trial stuff. This is another one that I hear people bring up a lot. And guys, I'm going to be missing so many in this video. It's not even funny how many I'm going to be missing in this video. Leave a comment about the obvious one that I'm missing, please. Finish the video and then tell me which super obvious ones I'm missing, because I'm sure that there are some. Or leave a comment if you think that I'm bonkers about one of these and I got it totally wrong. But I tried to pick ones that I'm 100% on. Or that I hear a lot of other people talk about. Like this, I never really knew who John Cena was, and Mark Wahlberg. I didn't watch a ton of movies.
Cool. Why is Jim Carrey hosting Jeff's stream now?
A lot of characters like this John Cena guy, they're played by multiple people. And like Joe Biden, I didn't even put it in this, but that maybe it would have fit in this video, or maybe it would not have fit in this video. But certain people are just characters, and they're clearly played by like 50 different people sometimes. So they could just be masks worn by whoever fits in it.
At least there's only a 6-year gap in between Mark Wahlberg and John Cena. But I think it's interesting that he's saying this. He's like, well, obviously more than one person plays John Cena, because Mark Wahlberg, obviously in this picture here, is Mark Wahlberg and John Cena, right? So, you know what?
Or they find lookalikes. Hollywood's full of lookalikes, and if you're close enough, they can just dress you up, and if they say it's the person, well, it becomes the person. So I'm just saying that on John Cena because I've heard people say a bunch of different people that are very Mark Wahlberg-esque also playing John Cena. Okay. And they have muscle suits.
They have muscle suits.
So many times in movies, the men, the alleged men, when they take off their shirt, it's just a muscle suit that they're wearing. I think that this is a really good one for a few different reasons. One, because it's so obvious. I also think it's funny that blackface is kind of just an accepted thing in...
Two people look sort of similar, but one is darker than the other, so obviously it's blackface. Okay, got it. It's not because they're different people. It's because they're darkening Miley Cyrus up.
And this blackface is like a Hollywood art form almost, and it's like underground blackface these days. The only acceptable blackface these days is like Ayesha Curry, ones that people don't know. It's not in the public domain that Ayesha Curry's blackface, but it is. Miley would play another character where in the real world people don't know that it's Miley, but she's playing the character. It's like a meta thing. That Miley played another character in her own show, and
how would they do that though? Doesn't Ayesha Curry's character interact with Hannah Montana in the show? I would assume so. I mean, like, I would assume so. Is it all like CGI? Why would they spend that much money on a Nickelodeon show? It was a Nickelodeon show, right? I don't remember. I never watched it. I was too old by then.
They tried to pass it off as a different person, but hey, it's still Miley.
If I told you before this video began that the wildest claim in this video isn't that Obama and Osama are the same person, would you believe me? I really don't want to believe you, but we're gonna see.
Okay, here's more political stuff. This is another one that, I don't know, doesn't really hit close to home for me because none of these people were big in my life when I was alive. That I remember it all. But of course the JFK thing, that's huge, a big psyop. That's like a mini 9/11 almost. And I think that it was a dummy, personally. And I do believe that JFK is Jimmy Carter. Went on to become another president. Why not? Already president before. And also, this one gets into dualism. I wanted to think of a few examples that got into the idea of like dual.
Okay, here's the problem though. Like when JFK was assassinated, Jimmy Carter was already a state representative in Georgia. It just takes like a little bit of like Googling. All you have to do is Google a little bit. Kennedy represented a working class Boston district in the U.S. House of Representatives from 1947 to 1953. So how in the world was this same person working as a state representative for Boston at the same time he was on a nuclear submarine? Like, how does that work? How do you do that?
Now, way in the past, nothing new under the sun. This isn't new. These people didn't make up these tricks last week.
No way.
They didn't make them up 100 years ago.
No
people
way.
Have been doing this forever. Even the Bible has many instances of people changing their identity and
oh my God.
tricking people that way.
No.
So I recently did reading of First Kings, and even a prophet of God disguised himself to bring about a judgment on another prophet. Very interesting.
Okay.
Anyways, I believe that George Washington and King George were the same person. This is interesting here. This is like the Wikipedia fact check. Oh, they never met. Neither set foot on other's homeland. One was this way, and this got into kind of the duality that I was just talking about. One was this way, the other was that way. They
my God.
Never met, guys. They weren't the same person.
Oh my God.
I don't know about that.
Wow. Oh no. Oh my God. Okay. First, George Washington and King George are the same person, and now Jefferson Davis and Abraham. Oh my God.
Jefferson Davis, the first president of the Confederacy, was the president of the U.S., Abraham Lincoln. Same person. It's the same person. There's no differences. Same exact person was the president of the Confederacy.
My head is going to explode. This is absolutely wild. Wow.
As the president of, the North. This just got a little bit out of order, but I thought they looked very similar in this picture.
It's a
got
painting.
A long face.
Hans, those are paintings.
Quite the long face on both of these. Here's a fun one. Cam B talked about this one a lot. The Weeknd is Justin Bieber, and he's wearing a mask. What I thought was interesting, so here is clearly like a weird, these people are not normal. So I think that this bozo, John R. Kennedy, 100% knows that that The Weeknd is Justin Bieber in a mask. Even the name The Weeknd kind of suggests that it's like a character that Justin plays on The Weeknd. So, yeah, I just thought...
Look, The Weeknd is a better singer than Justin Bieber, okay? Sorry.
This was... Fans can show their love of artists like Justin Bieber and The Weeknd. Why would those be the two that this person's picks when he's talking about masks? So I think this is clearly a... This person's showing off that they know the truth about that. Okay, this one is very obvious.
No!
It's one of the... Oh, one that I didn't put on here. I'm pretty sure Jennifer Coolidge is Martha Stewart. And it's very hard to find stuff of these people together, oftentimes.
What?
But some of it will exist sometimes, is what I'm saying. Because, of course, we know that Hollywood also does green screen things where a character will talk to themselves using green screen. They just have a wig on or whatever.
Hang on. You're going too far on this one. All right, bud. You are going way, way, way too far on this. Okay, Jennifer Coolidge, Martha Stewart. They do not look anything alike. At all. Like, at all. Their noses are completely different. Their brow ridges are different. Jennifer Coolidge, she has like twice the width of a face and it's longer. Martha has the different type of earlobes than she's got. Different chins completely. How do you even claim this? Was it so ridiculous you couldn't even bring up some pictures? Come on, man. That's so lazy.
Do that stuff. So, of course, they do it sometimes with characters that play both multiple parts. Not typically, but I'm sure it exists out there. People will have examples. This is another duality one.
Oh, come on.
I do believe this one. It's not one that I've dumped a lot of time into researching, but it's certain of them, it's like I don't even feel like I have to put...
Jacqueline Onassis does not look anything at all like Marilyn Monroe. I'm sorry, they are obviously different people. They look completely different. Oh my God.
That much effort into figuring it out because it just makes sense. Because wasn't it like Marilyn Manson was supposed to have... this goes into the JFK thing too. Okay, so this is a perfect example of the duality thing. Lynch loves to do this. David Lynch loves to do this in his films.
Don't talk about David Lynch.
I mean, it's clear that he likes this meme or whatever you want to call it of you have somebody that's a brunette and then you give them a blonde wig and they turn into this whole different creature.
Okay, if that is your only understanding of David Lynch, stop watching his movies. Just stop. Hans, stop. Like, you are doing damage to the world psychically by watching David Lynch movies and not being able to understand it further than, so this one chick, she just changes her hair color and she's a totally different creature. Stop. Just stop. I mean it. Cease.
So I'm paraphrasing, but that's like a known thing that I've heard many times about Marilyn.
Yeah. That's because Marilyn Monroe was one of the very first, like, specifically crafted super celebrities. And she did everything she could to make sure she attained that status, to become the perfect image of what they wanted her to be. And that's pretty well known. But she can't drastically change the bones in her face or the size of her eyes. They don't look anything alike. It's so lazy.
And so what I think a lot of what's going on here is that Jackie Kennedy was just a certain type of that look. It's like they're accentuating the masculine features. It's very royal, that look. Princess Di looks like a man's first time in drag. Princess Diana is tragic. Tragically transgender looking. And same thing with Jackie Kennedy.
Oh my God.
That's just emphasizing. They're emphasizing the Adam's apple. They're emphasizing the masculine skull. They're emphasizing the large collarbones and the long arms. And notice that this is subtle human anatomy stuff. She's hanging her arms straight down, whereas Marilyn is angling them away from the body. Marilyn's wearing clothes covering up the shoulders and is casting a shadow over the neck and holding her head up in a different way. It's a different camera angle completely. It's a Hollywood glamour shot.
It's a different person! What? Oh my god! Princess Diana is Steven Seagal. Confirmed. Also, have you guys ever heard Steven Seagal's reggae music?
Amy Winehouse was just a character of Lady Gaga that was retired. Probably because they realized that Lady Gaga was going to need way more time in that character.
They also don't look anything alike when you see them without any makeup on. God. Anyway, so that is officially the top 10 characters in disguise on the world stage by the artist formerly known as Hans Arhat. It was even worse than I thought it was going to be. But we watched a little segment on the Wingnut Roundup, and you guys wanted to get some of the rest of it. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Also, yet again, I really want to give a shout out to Back to the Science. This is a fantastic YouTuber. Again, her name is Dr. Susan Oliver. She's a scientist, PhD in nanomedicine, regularly ripping apart Dr. John Campbell. She's doing a fantastic job with that. So please consider going and subscribing, or at least checking out her videos. You will want to subscribe after you do. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. From my family to yours, take care of yourselves. And I'll see you at the end of the month for the roundup. Bye, everybody.